Hi there, it's Ms. Rose with today's Read Aloud. Since it's November, the month we celebrate Thanksgiving in America, I'm going to read a book about a different Thanksgiving story. This story is about people in another country. It tells about things that take place and happen for people that don't live near us. It is realistic. The story could be true, and it could happen. And stories like this one do happen every day for people who live in other countries. We don't have to worry about this happening to our families, but it is important to know that even today, families try to come to America to have a better life, just like the Pilgrims came to America long ago trying to have a better life. My story is called How Many Days to America? A Thanksgiving Story. The author is Eve Bunting, and it's illustrated by Beth Peck. How Many Days to America? A Thanksgiving Story. It was nice in our village till the night in October when the soldiers came. My mother hid my little sister and me under the bed. Then we peered out, and I could see my mother's feet in her black slippers and the great muddy boots of the soldiers. We don't have soldiers coming to our houses, but here they do have soldiers. When they were gone, my father said, "We must leave right away." "Why?" I asked. "Because we do not think the way they think, my son. Hurry." He would not let us take anything but a change of clothes. My mother cried, "Leave all my things? My chair where I sat to nurse our children? The bed cover that my mother made, every stitch by hand?" "Nothing," my father said, "just money to buy our way to America." So in the country they live in, the soldiers don't agree with the way these people think. So these people have to leave, and they want to come to America, where they'll have a better life. That happens today for people in other countries. The word America was not new to me. I'd heard it whispered between my parents in the restless hours of the night. America. We were going there? Others too moved silently along the secret streets. Boats bobbed in the dark water off the quay, and men talked behind their hands while gold passed from one pocket to another. "I must have your wedding ring," my father told my mother, "and your garnets." Garnets is another kind of jewelry. My mother took the ring from her finger and the garnet necklace from the little bag buried deep in her bundle. She did not speak. My father said we would leave while it was still dark. "How many days to America?" my little sister asked. "Not many," said my father. "Don't be afraid." So they had to pay somebody to take them on a boat to get away from their country and come to America. The fishing boat was small, and there were many people. More kept coming, and more. We chugged heavily from harbor to the open ocean. "Can we see America yet, Papa?" All the time my little sister asked questions. "Not yet," Father said. So all these people are waiting, and these people, including the family in the story, they've paid money to get on a boat to try to escape to America. We were an hour from shore when the motor stopped. The men crowded around the engines. "A part is broken that cannot be fixed," my father told my mother, and her face twisted, the way it did when she closed the door of our home for the last time. The women made a sail by knotting clothes together, and they pulled it up high. I saw my father's Sunday shirt blowing in the wind. But the sail carried us back toward land of our own shore. At last we got the boat turned around in the right direction. "How many days to America?" my little sister asked. "More," my small one father said, and he held us close. I saw him look at my mother across our heads. "So because the engine doesn't work, they're going to have to use the sails to go, and that'll make the trip even longer." Day followed night, and night day. Our food and water ran out, and many people were sick. At sunset, my father and mother and sister and I huddled in the bow. That's part of the boat. Then my father sang, as he sang at home, "Sleep and dream, tomorrow comes, and we shall all be free." That was the only time I was not afraid. So the family's all together, knowing that soon they'll be free. By day we fished and shared our catch. When it rained, we caught the water in our buckets. I slept and dreamed of home, of food, of my favorite uncle who worked with my father in the shop and who had stayed behind. Sometimes I cried, and then my mother would rock me against her. Once we saw a whale, gray as an elephant and covered with barnacles. "Come push us, whale," my mother called. "Push us to America." But the whale did not hear. Once there was a shout of "Land!" and we crowded on the railing. But though we pulled on our sail, our boat would not go closer. "We will swim for help," my father said, and he and others jumped into the water. "No," my mother cried, but they were gone already. When at last we saw them rise to the green roll of the surf, we saw them carried unto the shore, and we danced and cheered. So there's the men going ashore. But there were soldiers on the rock. Everyone was quiet, and my mother gripped my hand. "They are bringing them back," she whispered. So they thought this might be America where they could be safe, but I guess not. 3 soldiers with rifles came too, in a small boat. They brought us water and fruit, but they did not speak or smile as they tossed it up to our waiting hands. So the soldiers were nice on this country, but they said you can't stay here, but they shared food. "Was this not the right land, Papa?" I asked as the soldiers pulled away. "Will it not do?" "It would do, but they will not take us," my father said. My sister tugged at his arm. "They don't like us?" "It is not that." But he did not explain what it was. So she's wondering how come this country won't let us stay there. It would be a better, safer place to live, but they don't want us. Our family got 2 papayas and 3 lemons and coconut with milk that tasted like flowers. The sea was rough that night, and my father's song lost itself in the wind. I said the words as the stars dipped and turned above our heads. Tomorrow comes, and we shall all be free." So they're still sailing away to America to be free. It was the next day, the tomorrow, and we sighted land again. I was afraid to hope. A boat came. That's this big one. My mother clasped her hands and bent her head. Was she afraid to hope too? The boat circled us twice, and then a line was thrown, and we were pulled to shore. There was a silence among us then, such an anxious, watchful silence. They're worried. People waited on the dock. "Welcome," they called. "Welcome to America." So the people on land said, "Welcome, welcome to America." That was when our silence turned to cheers. "How did they know we would come today?" my father asked. "Why would there be these people standing on shore to welcome us?" "Perhaps people come every day," my mother said. "Perhaps they understand how it is for us." So indeed, every day people are coming on boats and other ways to try to get to America to have a better life. There was a shed, warm from the sun on its tin roof. There were tables covered with food. Though our benches were crowded, there was room for all of us. "Do you know what day it is?" a woman asked me. She passed me a dinner plate. "It is Coming to America Day," I said. She smiled. "Yes, and it is special for another reason too. Today is Thanksgiving." "What is that?" My little sister was shy, but not too shy to ask her questions. "Long ago, unhappy people came here to start new lives," the woman said. "They celebrated by giving thanks." My father nodded. "That is the only true way to celebrate." So these people arrived in America on Thanksgiving Day in America, like the Pilgrims came to America and gave thanks for getting to America to have a better life. These pilgrims are giving thanks. And we joined hands and closed our eyes while my father gave thanks that we were free and safe and here. "Can we stay, Papa?" my little sister asked. "Yes, small one," my father said. "We can stay." So that is a Thanksgiving story about this family who live in a different country, probably a country in Central or South America, not in America. And they want to have a better life, so they got in a boat and they had a rough time traveling to get to America. But it was worth it to go to all that trouble, because where they were living it was dangerous and they did not have a safe and good life. So they worked very hard to get to America, and they were happy when they got to America and America said, yes, you may stay. You can live here to have a better life. So again, this story takes place, in this story is not true, but it's realistic. This kind of story happens every day with people coming to America to make a better life, to have a safe and happy life. That's another Thanksgiving story that's for today, just like the one that they told by the Pilgrims many years ago. I hope you're having fun planning your Thanksgiving with your family.